Good evening. Welcome to today's first podcast, Conversations with Classy Cuties. I'm your host, Ebony, and my co-host, Tammy and Jade.
Hi.
Our first topic will be social media. And today, I can honestly open this podcast up about a lot of things that are happening right now with social media, especially with our youth.
Absolutely.
So how do you guys feel about today's social media when it comes to adults and our youth?
Actually, I think people take social media to a whole nother level.
True. I agree.
In the event of an emergency or somebody needing help, the first thing a person does is pull out their phone
And record.
and post it to social media.
I agree.
Some things I feel like are personal, some things are sacred,
I agree.
and some things don't need to be put on social media immediately. You know what I'm saying? At all, but like to me that's the first thing people do. You know what I'm saying? As far as, in the case of for example, death of a loved one.
Oh,
Yeah.
good one.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a good one.
You don't want to find out on social media that you lost a loved one
True.
because somebody done posted it before the
You would know.
family was notified. So I have a big problem with that.
I agree. I've seen it happen a lot. I've seen, and some people I knew personally didn't even have a clue
Right.
that their loved one was deceased, and they found out through social media.
Yeah.
To me, it's total disrespect to the family.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't want to find out through social media that I lost somebody. So I think people need to get back to thinking about what if it was you. Put yourself in a family's shoes if your loved one was, or somebody actually decided to post your brother, your sister,
Right.
or child at that on social media. And I know it's a process to how EMS or whomever have to cover a scene, but it's total disrespect when you're videoing somebody's relative laid out in the street
Right.
or
Right.
wherever they may be, and they're not even covered. It's just too much.
Yeah,
It's
a
too
lot.
much.
It's a lot.
Right. I really, as an adult working with children, I find it hard for children to separate the two
Yeah.
between reality and what's there on the screen.
Right.
And a lot of our young children, teens, they lose themselves.
Right.
They lose focus.
Mm-hmm.
And they look at what's being portrayed and they think that's the norm. And it can pull some people in, and now some people, they're strong enough to, and their
Absolutely.
family unit and has informed them, and maybe someone gave them the rules for what social media was.
Right.
Right.
But they're using it a lot to do things. Instead of using it for positive, they always
Right.
come in with a negative with some of the children,
Mm-hmm.
and they get attacked.
I agree.
And when they become attacked, we don't know what that child thinking of in their mind.
Right.
We don't even know
Right.
where they are with their thoughts at that moment. They
Right.
could be like needing that one moment to just hit, fall over that edge.
Right.
And we don't know that, but that child doesn't know that either. They just
Absolutely.
messaging and saying things, and they could be saying ugly things.
Which
and-
leads to cyberbullying.
Yes.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yes.
I agree.
And at that point, it becomes serious because
Exactly.
you have children that's taking their lives.
My point.
Touching
You
on
have-
everything I wanted to say.
You have children that's, if somebody take their lives, you have other family members that want to retaliate.
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like an ongoing cycle. You know what I'm saying? That I honestly feel has become too much.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? In the world we live in today, it's dangerous.
Very.
You know what I'm saying? So as far as social media, I get on there, do my happy birthdays, post my little pictures, but as far as going back and forth with somebody who disagree with something I've said. I'm not doing that.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not doing that because those issues lead up to other issues.
Right.
And you don't want to have your head on a swivel.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Every time because you said something that may have offended somebody and you
Right.
didn't know it offended them.
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, this person probably see you, oh, she said this, and this on. I remember she said this, and this on social media. You don't ever want to feel uncomfortable
No.
in your personal space. You don't ever want to feel like you have to watch over your shoulder because of something you posted or something you said.
I agree.
Right.
You know?
I agree. When you said, speaking of social media, and I wanted to jot down so I won't forget, networking. Social media was supposed to be for networking,
Right.
businesses,
Right.
purposes, but people have taken that to a whole nother level.
Yeah, absolutely.
And with our youth, because this is going to go into other topics we're going to have with special guests we invite to our podcast to speak on mental awareness, domestic violence, friends that I've known that actually are writing a book, so regarding what they experienced.
Right.
So we're definitely going to have them on our show to speak about how they're moving into their journey and the everyday life here. So speaking on what Tammy said as far as mental awareness, because that's going to definitely be a topic, we have a lot of our youth or our kids dealing with mental issues, or you say cyberbullying is bullying in our school system,
Right. Absolutely.
but they don't know how to talk to anyone
That part.
because this entire podcast is going to touch on a lot of topics that many can relate to, whether it's a one-parent household or like I say, single family, and some of these kids need guidance on like how to cope or how to deal with being able to like go to school and being bullied by someone, not being able to fit in with somebody because they don't have the type of shoes
Right.
that this
Right.
other child have, and it puts a child down. It's not about the shoes you wear. This child could be so talented but feels so left out because he's not sitting at the table with the popular group of kids.
Cool.
Right.
And yeah, the cool kids, and it sets them back to where they feel like they have to fit in with a certain crowd, so they start doing bad things or hanging around the negative crowd just to fit in. And could be a straight A student, but they choose not to follow that role because they want to fit in and follow the lead of doing negative things. And we don't want that for our kids. We want what's best for them.
Right.
So starting this podcast is to reach out to our parents, help our parents find,
Outlets.
outlets, or should I say the
Support.
right path they can get on to get help for their kids. Not just for them, the kids themselves as well.
Right.
Because a lot of our parents are going through tough times, not knowing. We all just still going through a pandemic. It's not as bad as it was, but we're trying to find a way out. We're trying to recover from where we came from. Nobody's perfect. We all been through something. And like I said, doing this was a move. It touched me. And I wanted to push it. This was something I was like, you know what? I'm not about to sit on this anymore. We're going to do it. Created a team. These ladies have my back. I have theirs. And we're moving forward. So reaching out to the community, the public, getting people on this podcast to also promote them. It's not just about us. It's promoting others. That's another topic that we can actually go into. You have people that don't want to see you do good. They say they're for you, but technically some could be against you. And it's no negativity at this table. It's all positive vibes here. And we want to see people prosper, people move forward. And I just want to get our youth back. I have an issue with that. This is why it's called Classic Quties. our females, young girls, are losing the thought process of what their appearance should look like
And how young ladies should.
and how young ladies should act or carry themselves.
absolutely.
You do not have to reveal everything about yourself.
Hide something.
I mean, I know. I mean, I was young. You know, it was a point you want to let your back out, stomach out, or whatever have you. But leave something to the imagination.
Absolutely.
You know, I was told when I was younger by my father that a man is attracted to a woman that carries themselves a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
But he's going to critique a woman on how she carries herself.
Yeah.
Now, if there's a woman to the left that is nice coming in, wherever the situation may be, store, event, function, club, whatever it may be. If she's dressed nice and she's carrying herself like a lady, it's going to catch somebody's eye.
Right.
But if it's this woman that's dancing wild, loud, half naked,
Twerking.
yeah, it'll catch a man's attention. But he going to be eyeing the one that carries herself nice.
Yes.
That's the one I think I could bring her home to mama,
absolutely.
you know. So I want to get these girls back focused on how they should look, you know, because the internet has totally changed the prospect of the girls' thought process of what they should look like. You should not have to look at a video girl and think, I have to look like this, or choose not to eat because I need to say small. I want to look like this girl. No, God made you one way. Be that person, be you.
Girl, because ain't nothing wrong with being thick, fine.
Right. And that brings it, listening to what you just said, think about it. Social media is an outlet where they're seeing a lot of things.
Love
and
yourself.
when they see it, they're like, ooh, I want to look like her. Ooh, I want my body to look like her. I want my face to look like her. Can you just look at yourself and realize you're unique?
Right.
Right.
Absolutely.
You're different. You were uniquely designed.
Your black is beautiful.
Right.
Absolutely.
And that's not the beauty for everybody. That might be the beauty for some,
yeah.
Right.
but that's not for everybody.
Classic cuties, different shapes, sizes, and shades.
Absolutely.
Loving the skin you're in.
Yeah, you have to.
Yes.
Yes, indeed.
So, like I said, this is something that I feel like this podcast is going to touch on different topics. So like I said, today's topic is social media. We're not sure how the feedback may be, but that is not even a worration. It's not even a worry in our thought process.
Right.
But we're looking for positive vibes, and regardless, we're going up from here.
Absolutely. And our focus is to reach out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, reach out, help, do what we can, do our part as far as being in the community and helping. You know what I'm saying? We're not looking for negative comments or, you know, what they trying to do and, you know, who they trying to be. We're not trying to be nobody but ourselves. We just want to do our part, reach out to the kids in the community and help where we see fit and help those that need help or those who want help.
Right.
So,
And our young ladies, if you think about it, a lot of men, they have a lot of men's groups, and the young men have an outlet. Our young women don't, and they need to see positive females who actually care enough about them. We don't even know them, but we want to be their role models that you see on a daily basis. I'm a role model to certain children I didn't even know. But I carried myself to whereas they saw something in me, and I have children that I saw you doing it, and I went did it, and I was like, oh okay, well, I'm glad, and I'll see them, and I'm like, man, I'm loving this. I love this. The negative that they got from maybe family members, because sometimes negativity can come from your own circle within your own. And when they see somebody that is not connected, caring enough about them to reach out, because they don't know how to cope. Our children don't know how to cope. Our adults don't know how to cope. I just had this conversation with one of my coworkers. if we have a problem coping and understanding and being able to handle things, what about our children?
Right,
Have we ever stopped to think? We go. Some people go to a drink. Somebody might have a vice, and to each their own.
Right.
But if we can't cope as adults, what makes you think that child can do it?
Right.
Exactly.
And another thing too is Black people have a
Phobia,
thing about therapy.
therapy. I got that on here.
Nothing is wrong with
Mental
therapy.
awareness.
Nothing is
at all.
wrong with therapy. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you have adults that can't cope.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They have therapists for adults, children, and
Right.
believe me, it helps.
Dogs, animals.
Everybody. It helps because when you can't talk to this person or this person or that person because you feel like you're being judged,
Right.
Yes.
you go to somebody who don't know all the sides
I agree.
and can tell you whether you're right, wrong, or in between, or what you need to do to fix it.
Right.
So nothing is wrong with therapy. Y'all, please
At
get that.
all.
Please get that out your head.
Please.
That's definitely going to be a topic.
Understand.
Yes, therapy
Our
helps.
next topic, and we will be bringing on Mary Gibson soon. Not sure when that date will be available for her to be on the podcast, but she would definitely be coming in to speak on mental awareness because therapy it helps.
It's essential.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like everybody goes through something, and therapy is essential. It helps with any and everything.
I can help you with that. If you're going through a divorce, if you're going through losing a relative, which I've lost my mom and brother 2 months apart, so I'm not going to say I actually reached out for therapy then, but I had to find a way to cope. Not getting off our topic, but I took to social media with quotes. So I would it would be something that happens or something someone say, and I would kind of study a quote and post my quote. I noticed later and down the line that my quote touched others, and they would wake up getting ready like, hey, I'm looking for Ebony's quote for the day, because you just never know what you do, how it can relate or touch somebody else.
Right. Yeah.
So, like she said, therapy helps. My therapy was praying and quotes for social media. So whether it wasn't about the likes,
Right.
it was about what made me feel good. Like, ooh, this was a good quote today. Somebody can feel this. Who gonna feel this
And
today?
because social media is so popular,
Right.
Right.
you know what I'm saying? You know, if you post it on social media, somebody gonna see it, and
Right.
you never know who day it made. You know what I'm saying? You never know who day it made. You might have posted a quote, and I'm like, and you know, I might read it and be like, you know what? I needed that today.
I know,
Yeah.
right?
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I needed that today. Tammy, get yourself together. Come on,
Right.
let's get it. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? Let's
right.
get this day started. Let's move forward. We gon' hey, you know what I'm saying? So it's a essential thing.
With that though, Tammy could say, you know what? I'm gonna post this positive scripture, you know, and you might get 2 likes
Right.
off that positive scripture. But Tammy goes on vacation. Tammy decides to show a little thigh action.
Ding, 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 ding.
Tammy got about 200 likes on that thigh action.
Right.
But that is
But
a
not
thing
the
to say,
positive.
social
Yeah,
media,
yeah.
what people look at when they scroll. She post quote today. Keep scrolling.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tammy showed her skin.
Yeah.
Ooh, the screenshot. Let me send that on over there. Right, did you see Tammy today? Man, she has some thigh action going on.
Right.
So my thing is, yeah, social media can be taken to a whole new level.
Yes, absolutely.
And it can be helpful.
Yes, it
has
can be helpful.
Some avenues helped,
Yes.
but
It can
in
be
some
fun.
avenues fun, and
Yes.
some avenues just
Not
a
so
mental downer.
Right.
Sometimes a mental upper.
Right.
And it just depends on who's reading it, who
Right.
posted,
Mhm.
and people can take it out of context
Yes,
really
yes.
quick. And it's crazy how they will go to social media
Right.
to fix something when that
Yes.
person doesn't even know
Right.
that there was
there's
a
something that's
problem.
going on.
Yes.
Now, gang,
Yeah.
don't take what we're saying.
At that point, that's when I have to take a social media
Break.
hiatus.
Break.
Don't
You know
don't
what I'm
take
saying?
what we're saying like we're slandering social
Oh,
media.
no, 'cause
But
I'm on it. I
it
love
could be funny at times. You have somebody that makes you laugh. You have somebody that
Yeah.
prays. You have somebody that's cracking jokes. You have somebody that's over here dancing. You know, you have somebody that's singing. But
Yeah.
I'm the one that likes to share positive things. Or, you know, I see these videos like, did he really just say that?
Mm.
But it's your page. You do what you want to do with your page. You share what you want to share. And I like to share things that may make somebody else laugh, that may touch somebody else's spirit. So, once again, it's your page. We just want to speak
nobody's
on
saying don't have one.
everyday social media.
Right.
So,
Have fun.
exactly.
And be responsible.
Be responsible.
Be
Right.
responsible.
It's like that. Yeah.
Think about your job.
Yeah.
You know, it can affect your job. Some things, some people post and you probably didn't think about.
Yeah, like
Should I have posted that?
Cause trust me, it's some things I done posted and had to go back and be like, you know
Yeah, sometimes I want to post something in
Yeah.
response and
Yeah,
be
you
like,
gotta be responsible.
no.
No, I better not.
Right.
I'm gonna leave that right alone.
Yeah,
Right.
for real.
And as for social media, you can reach out to Classic Quties at classiccuties@gmail.com. That's ClassicQuties@gmail.com. Facebook Cuties page, that's Quties page, PAGE. And Instagram, Classic Cuties, CLASSY Cuties. That's with the Q. UTIES. So, anything else you ladies would like to discuss?
I think
You covered it all.
Yeah, I think so.
Jay?
I think I'm mental health. Cyberbullying, that was on my paper. We talked about it. I'm a silly one, y'all. I just, we touched some things, and I love when you came back and said, it's your page.
Yeah, it's
It is your page. You
Do
post
you.
what you post.
Yeah.
You won't be naked. Do you? You won't be clothed. Do you? You won't be silly. You won't be dancing, twerking, whatever. Do you? But like Tammy said, be responsible.
Right.
They have watchers. We have little eyes watching
Right.
us that we
Everything
have
we do.
no idea.
Absolutely.
Like now that age 13, they could be on social media.
You could have posted something years ago when you were younger.
And my child go find it.
Things later may come back to haunt you or find you later.
Yes.
So,
And the biggest thing is TikTok.
oh yeah, TikTok. That's a good one.
It is because guess what? My baby.
It's so fun.
It is. I love it. I be at work at night and I just be laughing out loud. I be laughing so loud. People be like, what are you watching? But my baby is 6 and she watched TikTok.
Yeah.
And some things, you know what I'm saying, I have to try to filter.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because if
They
there's
work the
something.
phone so well. These
Yes.
young ones know how to
I
work
had
the
to
phone
do that.
so well.
Yes.
She's 12.
Mhm.
So you say 6.
Yes.
She's 12. I just let her get on TikTok.
Yeah.
Lord Jesus, she got over 200 followers now. And I'm like,
Man,
let
TikTok
me see who
is
that
bomb,
is.
though.
I
It is-
don't have that.
TikTok is
I
bomb.
don't have that many.
I probably got 4.
Yeah,
I probably got 4.
I think I have about 2.
I'm with you.
I got 4.
And it's my children.
I don't have that many followers.
So, and it with that's going to that part, you have to be safe. I know there was a moment when one of my niece or nephew was at my house one day, and I didn't notice it until I was looking at a video and it showed our location, and I was like, "Whoa!" I think I almost broke my door getting in there to turn that location off.
Right.
A lot of people don't realize the children that are on it, they don't know that there's a location
Exactly.
finder
Yes.
and people can actually locate you through that.
Yes.
And we don't know who's looking at these
Right.
children,
Right.
who's looking
Right.
at adults.
Yes.
Right.
They're not only taking children, they take
I
adults
agree.
too.
Yes, they
So
do.
you don't know, so you
They
gotta
wouldn't want
be
me, though.
safe.
Right.
They gotta
Parents,
be safe.
Parents
Pay
can like
attention.
track your kids.
Yes.
I don't see anything wrong with
I
tracking
mine.
your kids or keeping a tab on your kids when it comes to social media.
But when
Because
they
like these little
own
ones
that-
can work the phones better than us.
they need to know that there is a location. They have to turn it off for those
Right.
children
Right.
because it's making it too easy for the people that's not out there with the positive to reach
or,
out to
or
our
not
children.
so good intentions.
Yeah,
Right.
the intentions are not good for
Right.
everybody.
Right.
They have
And-
some negative people out there watching young ones. And it's not just
And
our
they don't
females,
know.
they're watching the males as well.
Yes.
Well, little boys, little girls. So
Right.
we have to keep that in mind when it comes to social media.
So if your parents, if you didn't think about it, or guardians, think about it. Oh, I have some children in my classroom that are just like tech genius. I have to message my son and say, how do you do this?
Right.
And they know how to do everything.
Right.
But because of that, I would think that that location,
Right.
please think about turning it off.
Yes.
Because that's
Absolutely.
too easy.
Right.
And they bad intentions, like Tammy say, they got some people out there that's
Yes.
not favorable with children,
Yeah.
period. Boy, girl.
Yes. And it doesn't matter what age. What age. So, yeah. I would say that pretty much sums it up.
I think so.
Any questions? Put it in the comments.
Yes, any questions you guys may have for us, you can, like I say, DM us on Quties page.
And make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. Understand?
Yes.
Yes.
Tell a friend.
Like, share, and
Tell
subscribe
your friends.
to our YouTube channel, which is Classic Quties.
You will enjoy.